Imagine our planet as a massive network of living systems, all working together to keep the Earth healthy. Think of these systems as natural superpowers, like forests that breathe in dirty air, or tiny insects that keep the soil rich. But for these superpowers to work, the Earth needs human allies to protect them. The search for those allies isn't new. Over 50 years ago, people started noticing that pollution was damaging the air and water, and that wild habitats were disappearing at an alarming rate. In 1970, a United States senator named Gaylord Nelson decided to organize a response. He put together a nationwide campaign focused entirely on protecting the environment. The public reaction was massive. Millions of citizens took to the streets on April 22nd, demanding cleaner air, cleaner water, and a healthier planet. This became the very first Earth Day. What started as a public demand for better ecological care quickly grew. Today, people in over 190 countries join in to celebrate and protect the natural world. Now we face rising temperatures, deal with heavy pollution, and a loss of wildlife, meaning fewer species of animals and plants. Preparing the next generation to understand these challenges is our strongest defense. Historical movements rely on raising public awareness, but if we want lasting environmental responsibility, we have to teach. And listening to a lecture makes it hard to grasp how massive, abstract environmental issues actually work in the real world. Children are naturally curious, but simply reading about global warming or the variety of life on Earth can feel distant. It is difficult to care deeply about a habitat you have never seen or experienced. We can bridge that gap by looking at nature's superheroes. Instead of memorizing facts, students learn about real physical traits, like how a tree frog's sticky toes help it survive, or how a single plant filters water. Wild Science mobile workshops make this happen. They bring these animal superpowers right into the school, turning abstract ideas into breathing, moving examples. To turn a child's natural curiosity into real environmental education, we have to move past rote memorization. They need to see, hear, and experience biology firsthand. The energy in a room completely changes the moment a live animal appears. The textbook ideas disappear, and suddenly every student is entirely focused on the creature in front of them. This is the perfect time to explain habitat adaptation. This simply means that over time, an animal develops specific body parts or behaviors that allow it to survive in its exact home environment. This diagram shows how those relationships work. Maps out a simple food chain connecting a local plant to an insect right up to a crested gecko. If you remove the plant, the insect goes hungry, and the gecko loses its food supply. It demonstrates how fragile these ecosystems really are. These encounters are safe and highly structured. Trained, background-checked educators guide every session, ensuring that the welfare of the animal is always the top priority. Many students start out feeling nervous or indifferent, but as they are guided to safely touch and observe a tortoise or a tree frog, that nervousness turns into deep respect for the wildlife. When you hold a living creature, the science becomes personal. That direct physical connection creates a sense of empathy that you simply cannot get from a worksheet. Once the workshop ends, that new empathy comes back home. Students start applying what they learned to their own daily routines. This flowchart maps out exactly how that works. It shows how a simple choice, like putting a juice box in the recycling bin, reduces waste and directly helps keep a faraway animal habitat clean and healthy. Schools can keep this momentum going with hands-on projects. After meeting the animals, students can plant seeds in the school grounds or build bird feeders out of recycled materials. For educators, the process is incredibly straightforward. Because these workshops are entirely mobile, teachers avoid the high costs and complex planning required for busing students to a zoo or nature center. The entire experience is brought straight to the school hall or classroom. From the animal enclosures to the science equipment, everything is delivered and managed by the workshop team. Earth Day is an opportunity to show young people the world around them. Giving them a hands-on, stress-free experience sparks a personal, lifelong interest in protecting the planet.